Hey, what's going on YouTube? Back at you with a long overdue update on my 30-gallon nano. I don't even remember how long it's been, so just gonna try to make this a quick video. Not even sure what has changed. I mean, a lot has changed since the last time I put in a real update video. I think the biggest thing is I had a huge Maxima clam, which was right down the bottom by the sand, which didn't make it anymore, so I got rid of that and decided to kind of go with a Recordia garden right and down here. So I added maybe about 5 more pounds of rock and just moved my Recordias onto that rock. They've since been multiplying, expanding very rapidly. Another couple new corals. Well, the yellow Zoanthids are new. This anemone is new. It's a rock anemone. Everything else is pretty much the same as far as coral. They've just been really growing out. Elegance, huge as normal. I'm actually going to be, finally decided I'm going to get rid of that one, trade it into my fish store, and I'm going to see if I can go with some more SBS corals, some acros and stuff like that. Try my luck at that. Elegance is getting too big. It's it's really starting to become a problem with the corals beside it, especially the purple stylo. Along the left edge there's a lot of stinging action going on there, so there's a little bit of die-off. The purple stylo, that's been huge growth since I originally had that original, maybe a 2-inch frag, and I mean, look at that thing. That is absolutely huge. I don't normally do like product reviews. I don't think I've ever really done a product review, but I have been dosing this recently, the Aquavitro fuel, and it has been doing very good things for my tank. I had problems especially with Zoanthids. Like the yellow Zoanthids were very isolated. You would have like 1 or 2 polyps, and then you have like a big gap in between, and then you have another polyp. Same thing with these over here. I found that since I started dosing the Aquavitro, they've kind of become fuller. They've become more expanded. So I think it's definitely doing better. It actually got to the point where I was overdosing Aquavitro, and I started to get the negative effects. For example, my Duncan coral is actually still kind of recovering from it. It was shrunken. So it's been about a week now since I stopped dosing the Aquavitro. Just gonna let it kind of go through its thing, and then I'll start adding maybe half the dose. I do add half the recommended amounts, which was like the inner cap full for every 30 gallons. Twice a week, so I'm just gonna do that maybe like once a week now. Candy canes on here is starting to split. There's a colony in the back, which is already huge. A few corals back here I don't really care about. Purple green star polyps, fox coral, some mushrooms. Red mushrooms here are starting to multiply. This Iron Man mushroom, it's actually been in my tank for like a year now, and it really hasn't done much. I'm actually surprised, but I'll give it some more time. Frog spawn. This is actually a piece of coral that I basically left for dead. It was just in the corner of my tank. I never really cared if it survived or not, but since I started dosing the Aquavitro, it's really come back to life, which is pretty cool. On the right side, again, there's the purple stylo. There is a bird of paradise. which has been growing crazy as well recently. Added a pink bird's nest up top, which is really kind of turning brown at this point. I'm watching that. That's kind of my test coral for SPS. Depending on how that turns out, I want to see what kind of SPS I'm going to be adding. So that's it for the tank. Down below, I was using a Phosphate Media Reactor with GFO, and I had problems with it. For some reason, it was just taking too much. I guess good vitamins or chemicals, whatever, from the tank. So corals were shrinking up as well. So I basically got rid of the phosphate reactor and I went back to just plain old macroalgae, which I use Colorpa, and that grows really fast. I'll put a video in right about now, just to kind of show you how thick that thing grows. I normally change it every time I do a water change, which is around I basically do a water change like once a month. I mean, I really only do it whenever my top off container is running low. I just get enough water, I fill up my top off, and I use the rest to do the water change. So approximately once a month is when I do a water change. And that's really the reason why I dose, because I don't do water changes every week or every 2 weeks. I try to do it as less as possible, so about a month, once a month, about 20% water change once a month seems to work for me. And that's about it. So things have just been growing out, but like I said, I am going to be getting rid of the elegance coral, and I'm going to be adding some more SPS corals. I mean, I'm going to have a lot of space once I get rid of that coral. So other than that, just it's doing its thing, coming along. Any questions, go ahead, post them below. I'll be sure to answer. And until next time, take care, guys.